Welcome back, Super Friends and Super Family. I'm Nick, and today I'm reacting to Ren Chalk Outlines. That sounds strange. It's Ren's Chalk Outline. I'm listening to Chalk Outlines for the first time. Welcome to my brand new music reaction channel. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe just so you get this video suggested. It's a very small channel, so it probably won't show up in your homepage otherwise. But I'm hyped. I am very, very excited to get into this song because Hi Ren was so different. Just such a different flavor of song, and the lyrics were so well written. The meaning of the song was so interesting and deep and honest, I guess. So I don't know if this song is going to be similar. I haven't heard anything by Ren that's besides Hi Ren that I just listened to. So I'm not sure, like, does he have a bunch of different styles of music? Is there going to be just some party song, or all of his songs going to be more thoughtful and serious, dealing with mental health? I mean, I feel like I would prefer some more serious and thoughtful songs, but it also can be interesting when an artist branches out and does things that are totally different. So let's just get right into it. Ren Chalk Outlines. Chalk outlines, is it like, I'm assuming like a crime scene chalk outlines? Could be pretty dark. Is it gonna be a horror reaction? We're in a hallway with lights that are flickering. I mean, of course, he's gotta play the guitar again, come on.
Still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine.
Sorry, I apologize for pausing, but I mean, that's so sad, right? You wish you'd be someone else in the morning, but also something I can relate to. And I'm assuming, right, I mean, based on his other song too, and this one, that he has struggled with drug addiction. Like, take one more and wash it away, it'll be fine. And that is so true, right? People who take drugs or have a problem with it, oftentimes it's that escape from something really painful.
Walk around in the floating chalk outline.
What?
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves.
What just happened?
Chalk outline.
Who is this? Hold on. I'm so dumb for not looking at this closer. It's Ren and Chincilla. I don't know who she is.
Chalk outline.
Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything.
about how our culture is.
Take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. The feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves.
Sorry. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and read the lyrics again, but I don't know who she is, but her voice is incredible too. And both of them, like, there's just so much pain in their voice, you know. I'm not sure the one line where they're saying like they push it down with a new habit. Is that a negative habit or is that a good habit? I feel like it's a negative habit, right?
It's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. All things change. It's such a perfect day. It's a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful shade. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my.
Erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Lights out. Dang. Wow. I mean, heck, another powerful song. Sorry about my dogs. But that one, you know, obviously different. You know, he's just singing on the guitar, which of course he is because he's just that talented. He can rap, he can sing. But a different style of song than High Ren for this one. And obviously we had featuring Chincilla. I'm not familiar with her as well, but they're both so good. And the sound of their voices in this song was so raw and painful. And some of the lyrics, I want to pull up the lyrics here because some of them were just so perfect. Like, we bury ourselves with a great big smile. I mean, that's just such a perfect way to say that truth of, like, so many people who are suffering put on this smile. I mean, anyone who's seen, like, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, like, feel like it captures that kind of feeling in that one line right there, and delivered with their voices. You know, you hit the emotion of it as well. But the writing is incredible. The writing is so good. And I like the part of the song too where they're talking about, you know, feeling okay, but being afraid of feeling okay. You know, I've been very fortunate myself, you know, not to, I've actually purposely stayed away from medication intentionally. And I don't want to talk too much about this because, look, I'm not a professional. I don't know enough about this, but I know people close to me who have experience with that, and things were very negative. And so I feel like I can relate to those lines on a personal level to a certain extent. But, you know, the idea of just taking another pill, you know, because you're not allowed to feel sad, is something that I think that is part of the culture of just, you know, popping pills and prescribing medication to people without enough thought or, you know, putting work in to actually help people who are struggling. You know, so I 100% agree with that. And there's, I don't know, even the way the music video was filmed, I mean, it was reminiscent of High Ren, just in the sense that it was minimalistic, not this huge budget. But I feel like the audio was also different. Like it felt less processed or something. I don't know much about audio. I mean, besides the audio I do on the recording of these reactions, where I do some slight corrections and just denoise things, stuff like that. Nothing advanced. But it felt like there was more of an echo in the room, right? Like, and I saw that he had that lav mic right there. So I'm assuming they just recorded it there as opposed to recording in studio and lip syncing like they do for most music videos. But I'm actually really, really glad that they did that because, you know, you can tell in the music. When I watch a music video, obviously I can tell the audio is not coming from that room. But for this one, I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong, but it sounded like it was. You know, maybe they just did some audio trickery and that was a choice, like they recorded in studio. But no, I don't think so. I would bet money that they recorded it in there. And that's cool too, because the whole sound of the song was just felt, I feel like I'm just repeating myself from things I've said, but it felt so real and honest. And to hear that reflected in the sound of their voices and in the production of this video, I think is a very cool creative choice. But real quick, I just want to pull up the lyrics because I want to see it myself. There's one line in particular that I'm forgetting how it was worded, but it was so beautiful. Okay, I'm still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that someone else in the morning. I mean, that line is so sad. It really is so sad. But I like this. Like, take this one, wash it down, and you'll be fine. It's like, that's what you're told. That's what people who just take tons of medication or even take drugs can be told. It's like, oh, you just take a pill, pop a pill, everything's all better. And life is not rarely that simple. Then walk around in a floating chalk outline. Okay, so, I mean, that's a beautiful line. And my interpretation of that is that, you know, people who take medication, you know, sometimes it reduces something like anxiety or just their negative feelings, their depression, but it puts you on this baseline of just not feeling anything, right? So I'm assuming that's what he's talking about, right? Where you're like walking around like a living corpse. But it's such a beautiful way and an original way to phrase it. You know what? I didn't even think about this, but because I was just thinking like it's so more original than saying like walking around like a walking corpse. Like to phrase it as in a floating chalk outline is just a better writing. It's fresh. But I feel like there's more than that because a chalk outline is like in a crime scene, right? So like if someone gets murdered. So I feel like this is a direct, I could be totally wrong in my interpretation, but if I had to guess, it could be a direct criticism of the pharmaceutical industry in general because a chalk outline would be like, this is not, you know, someone committed this crime. It's not just like a tragedy happened and someone died like in an accident. Someone is a victim in this case. And so you're walking around like a floating chalk outline. Wow. I mean, that is such a great line, man. So good. But so it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I balanced on my toes so I can breathe. Little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit, if not for long, just for a while. This is the part where I'm actually a little bit confused. I'm not sure. Push it back down. I'm assuming he's talking about whatever, you know, thing he's struggling with his mental health. But the new habit, is that like a new habit? Like I start smoking cigarettes, I start doing something bad. But also the song at that part sounded a little bit more hopeful to me. So is he talking about like a healthy habit, like, oh, you start exercising every day, and which does help, you know, mitigate and help you deal with things that you're struggling with mental health or just in life in general, you know? So I'm actually not too sure if someone has their own thoughts in the comments about that line. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. I'm not sure what sertraline is. I feel so dumb. I feel like it's a common thing. I mean, serotonin I know is like the release in your brain, that like feel good, that basic feel good feeling in your brain, something like that. I should know more. Like I said, I've heard these terms used by people that I know who struggle with things like depression and anxiety. Or maybe I'm just ignorant. Maybe I'm just stupid for not knowing. I love how I'm making this an excuse. It's like, this isn't my personal experience, so I don't know exactly what sertraline and serotonin are. Maybe I'm just dumb. How about that? That's the explanation. All right, don't cry because there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down, you'll be fine. I mean, it's so sad, man. And so it goes, let it be in the gallows. Sorry. Okay. It's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. This is the part too. This is the part that I was so sad as well. It's such a perfect day. It's like, even when you feel good, you can have that anxiety of like slipping back into like a dark day. I have literally heard that expressed. I mean, not lyrically and in a poetic way, but that fear has been told to me directly, you know, and I can relate to it. I used to be, fun fact for those who don't know, I used to smoke cigarettes, which I thankfully have successfully quit for several years now. But for a while, I tried and struggled to quit. It was not easy. Actually, it was not hard for me to quit cigarettes, but then I started vaping, and then I got more addicted to vaping than I was cigarettes because I'm just smart like that. But quitting vaping was very, very difficult for me. But I can 100% relate in that sense to, you take it just in case, right? Like, I would take my vape pen, even if I'm not planning on smoking. I wanted to have it with me at all times, just in case. You know what I mean? And there was this fear of not having that. So I can only imagine someone who is being prescribed like a strong medication or deals with something like, you know, clinical anxiety or clinical depression. You know, that you know, that struggle is so much more and can be so magnified, you know, and that sentiment is just so perfectly captured in this lyric. I mean, the writing is so impressive. It's a beautiful shame. That's a good line, too. I'm scared of being okay because all things change. I can relate to that, too. I have definitely, you know, had times in my life that are very good, but times in my life that were not. And I can, you know, even now I can think back to certain times in my life where I really struggled and things did not look very hopeful for me from my perspective. And, you know, sometimes I don't want to go into too much personal detail, but I definitely can relate to the fear of things returning to how they used to be and how your life used to be, even when your life gets better, if that makes sense. Okay. And then it just repeats. But yeah, I just wanted to pull up the lyrics there because I feel like I'm going to have to do this for every single Ren song. I mean, if he doesn't have a music video, I'm definitely planning on reacting to more Ren. For anyone who's just wondering, please subscribe to the channel. It's brand new. You probably won't get it suggested if you don't, but I will be checking out a lot more of his music because I'm a fan. I am immediately a fan. And I feel like I hate to dismiss this because the talent is great and the singing is great and the performance is so raw and honest and powerful. But me as an aspiring, you know, screenwriter, director, I appreciate the writing and also the subject matter of the music is, I love it. You know, so not your average mainstream, you know, kind of like he was discussing in the lyrics of Hi Ren. It's not the music you play at a party. Let's just put it that way, right? But I actually like a lot of variety in music, and honestly, I don't listen to too much music. A lot of the music I listen to is movie soundtracks, which I love listening to. But you know, I feel like I'm very open. Like, someone asked me like, what type of music do I like? It's like, I don't have a genre. I like any song that just speaks to me and is good. But this type of music and these type of lyrics, you know, really do speak to me, and I like that. That's really cool. It seems very thoughtful and sad in a beautiful way, you know, kind of like the line, it's a beautiful shame. But hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Feel free to leave suggestions of if there's any particular order I should be checking out his music. But like I said, I'm a fan. Won over very, very quickly. Just those two songs. But thank you for anyone who did recommend it. I know a few people did, and this is actually suggested by someone who's helping me out, who does music reactions himself. The reason I actually started reacting to Ren is because it was suggested to me by another music reaction channel. The name of the channel is It's Not Acting Either. So please, if you haven't checked out his reactions to Ren, please go check it out, listen to them. Really cool guy, really helped me out a lot, has a great music reaction channel. In fact, we're probably gonna be doing some collabs together in the future. And don't forget to subscribe here. I will be doing more Ren reactions, probably have another one out in about a week. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.